Hey world, tonight I wanted to talk about a theory I have on the amazing show Blue Eye Samurai. Specifically about the main character, Mizu, which if you don't know, Mizu is Japanese for water because the eyes are like water. So, little fun fact for you. But I believe that Mizu is trans. And a lot of people disagree, but I'm going to explain my argument like an English essay. For background information, I assume you all have seen this because there are hella spoilers. I basically explained major plots of the show, but background, Mizu is a samurai? Well, not really a samurai, more like a ronin technically, but honestly, Mizu is just a person with a sword that's with a heart full of vengeance. So they're on a mission to get vengeance, and they're born as, female, but because of circumstances, they were forced to disguise themselves as a boy so that they wouldn't be found by the enemy. So they grew up presenting as a boy, pretending to be a boy, and they come across a couple friends. They come across Taigen, Ringo, the princess, I forgot her name, but yeah. Basically, I'm gonna just mention Ringo and Taigen. So Taigen is like I'm like cool dude, I'm angry dude. He wants to fight Mizu to regain his honor, and it's a little bit of enemies to friends to potentially lovers. And then Ringo is like very, very sweet, friendly sidekick who wants to be an apprentice of Mizu, and Mizu's like, nah, I work alone. But honestly, Ringo is gonna keep trying. So that's all you need to know for this video, but there are spoilers for the show, so just warning you. Starting with the main argument, Mizu identifies as a boy. Evidence, first of all, when they were, the scene where they are in the woods walking around with their friend Ringo, Ringo is just blabbing his mouth saying, oh, I won't tell anyone you're a girl. But before he can say girl, Mizu swings their sword and very aggressively stops Ringo from saying girl. Now, if Mizu was, identified as a woman, felt comfortable being a woman, then why would they have such an extreme negative reaction to someone referring to them as a girl? And it's not like Ringo is gonna tell anyone, it's not like anyone's listening, it's just them and Ringo, So why have that crazy reaction unless they don't want to be called a girl? There you go. Second, when Mizu was growing up and going through puberty, they got very scared and upset by developing boobs on their chest, and they coped with this by binding their chest. Now, why would they do that when they live with a blind old man who is not going to see that they're, physically a girl? Like, why would you need to hide that from a blind man? Now, some may argue that, Mizu goes out to town and sees other people, so they gotta keep up the disguise. And, that's valid. I interpret it as Mizu is uncomfortable with having a feminine body. And the third piece of evidence I have is the scene where Mizu is being given a tour in the pleasure house, and they see all sorts of acts going on, crazy stuff that does not faze them at all. But what does faze them is seeing two men together, and there's two reasons they would have a kind of reaction. One, they're homophobic, which I highly doubt. Or two, they are upset that they can never have that loving man relationship that they probably want to have with Taigen. And I mean, you would only, you'd see yourself with Taigen in that way if you saw yourself as a dude with another dude. Because I think Mizu was thinking of Taigen when seeing those two guys macking on each other. And then my counter argument, obviously every argument has a counter argument. A lot of people, a lot of fans, viewers have talked about the episode where Mizu gets married, or it's, flashback to Mizu getting married and presenting as a woman, living life as a wife and daughter, taking care of their mom and stuff. And we were like, there, see, Mizu is a woman there. But Mizu's only doing that because of society standards. Like, Mizu was on this path of, revenge and stuff, yada yada. But then when they realize that their mom is alive and they actually don't really have a reason for a vengeful path anymore, then they're like, oh, I guess I don't have to hide being a woman. I guess I can go back to being just a normal woman, which, hasn't happened since they were very little. So, it's like that pressure of, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be now. And honestly, things did not go well. Bunch of trauma happened. And, that was the moment I think Mizu decided to throw away being a woman, because, being a woman, only negative things happened. Things went wrong when they were a woman. And so they went on a path of vengeance again. And yeah. You know the rest. So I don't think they were actually, I mean, yeah, again, there's many interpretations. It can be interpreted that Mizu genuinely wanted to just be a woman and wanted to just be their true selves. But I think it can also be interpreted that Mizu just follows societal expectations, and deep down they actually are more masculine, more, they feel more like a dude. And so yeah, that's my argument, that those are the reasons why I think Mizu is a dude. Because despite being forced to like disguise as a dude, I think at some point Mizu just actually embraced manhood and started to feel like a man themselves, even if it was like forced upon them. I think in everyday life, they prefer being seen as a dude, and not just to get the privileges and the respect of being a dude, but it just feels right for them. Like, I don't think they want to live life as a woman or be a woman. Again, it's very nuanced, and I can totally see the other take, how Mizu isn't trans, and it's just commentary on the restrictions of women in that time period. But I like my interpretation, and I like to think of Mizu as just being a dude. Mizu just like, I am dude, that is what I am. I would love to know your takes on this, if you agree or disagree. I love discourse about the show. I love this show a lot, and I'm so hyped for season 2. So just have a good night. Stay warm, guys.